All right, all right. Good morning, good morning. Let's fix this chat over here. It's in a weird position right now. There we go. I think that's better. I could be wrong. That is better. All right, you guys. Good morning. How you doing? Welcome back to the show. I'm gonna do a pre-show from now on. Just a little, like a 10-minute, just a non-intro, just talking, checking out the people in the chat, getting ready for the chat to come in. Because I figured, I looked at the stats. It takes about 10 minutes for people to really come in. So I figured if I did a pre-show and then start the show after the pre-show, then we got something. So I figured we'd do that today. It's good to see the people in the chat already. Thank you guys for joining me early. Appreciate you guys. We're gonna do formal introductions when the show starts. We'll do the normal member shout outs and all of that stuff when we do this. But we're gonna do just a regular random thing in the morning for pre-show. So I got a couple things. I got a list of things to talk about pre-show wise. I know I look different. No meta glasses today. I gotta clean them. They're disgusting. I did something with them and held them in my hand because I was doing something, and how you forget what's in your hand. And luckily, I didn't just drop them and leave them somewhere. So, but I gotta clean them. So they're not clean yet. But yeah. So no meta glasses today. I know I look different. How's everybody doing out there? We had a windy day. We'll talk about that too when the show starts. Definitely. Finally, good morning. Good morning, Aaron, aka Mr. Media. Good to see you here. Like I said, we're gonna do normal like member shoutouts and stuff like that once we get the show started. But we're gonna do like a 10-minute pre-show. We're just gonna talk about stuff. So if there's anything random on your mind, because I got a list of random things that I'm about to talk about right now. So we're gonna do random stuff, then start the show. Good to go? All right, let's do it. All right, so, and again, matter of fact, let's get the chat up here because I didn't do that yet. Let's do that. Let's get that chat up here. See, the pre-show is good for doing things like this too. So I can have mistakes, fix them before the actual show starts. So when I go to cut the show into an actual video, because I think I'm gonna start posting the lives as actual videos on the days that I'm not producing videos. So that'll be a thing too. But while we're doing that, let's go ahead and get this chat up here so we can all be in the know as to what's being said. Bam. Like magic, we're already there. Okay, so first rando thing. I'm gonna say this. I was gonna talk about it in the show, but I was like, this isn't tech. It's not even related remotely to tech. So why do it? Because they did it on a tech show. So I'm gonna do it on this show, even though it's the pre-show, not a part of the tech at all. I was astounded when I heard this. This is coming straight. This is coming straight from the MKBHD. Actually, you know what? We're gonna have to do the member shout outs before the show. I feel odd. Members are here. I haven't said anything. Let's do the member shout outs along the way. So we're gonna do the member shout outs along the way. So we're gonna get the air horns going. Let's go ahead and get the air horns going for the people in the chat right now. We got Jack Betts. How you doing, Jack? Good morning. How you doing? Thanks for joining us. We got Mr. Media, aka Aaron, in the building. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate you. Again, you guys could have been anywhere in the world. Anywhere, literally. With the internet, you could have been anywhere. VR headsets, AR, you could have been anywhere. Dubai, right now, in the desert, you could have been there. But you're here with me. Thank you. Appreciate that. We got The Rock in here. What's going on, The Rock? Good to see you here. Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. We got eInk as always. Appreciate you being here. Thank you. Thank you guys for being here. Let's get to the chat and see what's being said before we get to the craziest thing I'm going to say since I've been on live. This is the craziest. I'm going to reveal some stuff today, right now. This pre-show. I've only told a handful of people this. But since we're on this topic, I feel the need to share. And now, my girlfriend doesn't even know this stuff. She might learn something today. I might have to point her to the live and be like, listen, if you want to know something about me today, you might want to listen to that live. Yeah, thank you guys for joining me. So let's get to the chat, like I said, before we start the embarrassment, because this is definitely going to be some embarrassing stuff shared here today. Hopefully Philly survived the parade. We did, barely. Apparently there were shots fired at the parade right after I left. Like I saw what's his name? Jalen Hurts. So I saw Jalen Hurts talk. You know, I heard his speech and I'm like, okay, I saw Jalen Hurts. He's the MVP. Cool. He did his speech. I don't need to see anything else. I'm cool. I'm about to make my exit before it gets crazy. And by crazy, I meant before the crowd starts to funnel. Because I'm telling you, it was over 1 million people out there. If it wasn't 1 million people, it felt like it. We were ready for 1 million. You couldn't move. Like I had to shuffle. There was no taking steps. You had to shuffle to get anywhere. It took about 10 minutes to get 2 feet. You're just shuffling. Unless you wanted to be rude and start elbowing people and knocking people down, then there were some people doing that too. So, but yeah, we survived barely. But there was shots fired. Your boy left long before that. I was on my way home. Let's see. We barely made it. Finally, good morning, all. Yep, definitely. What's your planned streaming schedule? I'm confused as usual. I don't have a planned streaming schedule right now, Jack. So let me talk about the streaming schedule as it is right now. I'm trying to figure out something to do with the streaming. When I started doing the streaming, you guys, I really did not plan on doing a streaming show. I literally started streaming because I wanted to learn how. Because people were asking me to do streams with them and I was embarrassingly saying, oh yeah, we could do it. And then never doing it because I didn't know how. So I was like, you know what? I saw a Kit video. Kit made a video about when he got started streaming. That inspired me. He was like, I started streaming and blah, blah. I'm like, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stream every day until I learn how to stream, until I get the camera set up correctly, until the mics are set up correctly, until the audio delay is set up correctly. And then I had no plan after I learned how. Now that I know how to stream, and it's pretty second nature to me right now, even when I mess up, you guys are like, Rod, your mic isn't on. Could you fix that? And I appreciate that. You guys could be total a-holes to me, but you're not. And for that, thank you. All the thanks. So I don't have a schedule. Right now, it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. 10 a.m. ish. As you see today, it was 10:30 because I was shot for 10, but there's a couple stories I didn't have all the knowledge on, and I wanted to make sure I knew what I was talking about. So I was like, you know what, let me just take extra 30 minutes to finish this article or whatever. So that was the reasoning for today. So typically 10 o'clock, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I'm going to do a Saturday wrap up. We didn't do that last week because I did one show last week, so there wasn't a real need. The parade stopped one show. I forgot what happened with the Wednesday show, but Friday's show was stopped because of the parade. And Saturday we didn't do a wrap up because there was only one show. It's like, why do a wrap up for one show? This week, I'm trying to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 o'clock. Now, if you guys want, you can voice your opinion about this. If you guys want a more consistent show at a particular time, let me know. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. But I'm trying to balance making stuff, videos, and a live. And it's balancing out. It's balancing out. I'm getting to a place to where I'm working more on videos and still doing the live, which was a struggle to get going. But now that I got the Monday, Wednesday, Friday going, that's a little bit easier for me. And I still haven't worked out how I'm working out my manufacturing, product making time. So I'm trying to balance all of that. And it's going to level out at some point for me to where my manufacturing stuff, my video stuff, and my live stuff will just mellow out. It'll be on an even keel. And that's when things will be hitting on all cylinders. And I'm getting there. I'm getting to that point. That's why it's a little bit erratic right now. The scheduling for the lives and everything else. And the videos for that matter. I got a stockpile of them. I'm releasing, recorded. The editing is the thing. And I think I'm going to go to another editing process where I'm not being so production based and I'm just trying to record and get videos out. That's another thing that may help free up some time for the manufacturing and the live production. Because I want the live to be an actual show at some point. We're not there yet. All right. So, Rod, it is your show and we are here for it. Check or no. Thank you. I appreciate that, eInk. So, all right, let's get into the no tech. So we're still in the pre-show. We're giving people a chance to rush in here. It's warm in here today. We'll get to the weather. But this is it right here. This is the embarrassment right here. It's not a really embarrassment for me because I've told a handful of people. The first time I had to tell it was embarrassing as crap. They were like, "Really? You were nasty." But I'm like, "Oh, if you don't know, then you just don't know. If you know, you know." So on the MKBHD podcast. So I was listening to a tech podcast when I came across this. So I was trying to do the right thing. I wasn't looking for things disgusting to talk about. It hit me and I stumbled upon it. It wasn't my fault. So I was listening to the MKBHD podcast, which is a technology podcast. And they were talking about something, right? But in the pre-show, they were talking about how weird it was to find out how many people don't wash their legs when they take a shower. And I don't remember how that came up. They were talking about something. And they did a poll asking people that. Like, how many people wash their legs while they're taking a shower versus thinking that the water that runs down you is just washing your legs and you just have to wash the top half of your body. And then your legs are going to get clean from everything that's going down it. That's not how this works at all. And I want to know, before I say that, I said it already. Oh, I ruined it. Already, early. How many in the chat? Let's hear it. If you're comfortable saying this, I'm gonna say something. You know what? Let me get this out of the way now. Before I ask how many people in the chat are leg washers versus non-leg washers in the shower, let me just say this about myself. So it'll make it easier for you maybe to say what you want to say, even if you're watching this during the replay. This is embarrassing, but I'm going to say it. Hold on, let me get myself full screen here. Okay. Just to put it out there so anyone can be honest about their leg washing habits. I didn't know, I honestly did not know how to properly shower and clean myself till I was like 21 years old. I'm not going to lie to you. There's certain things that maybe is taboo, in American culture. When you teach your kids how to take baths and whatnot, like the person that taught me left out one crucial place that you should wash. They left that out. They left one crucial place out in my bath taking learning classes. Whoever that person, I don't even remember who that person was. Whoever that was should be ashamed of themselves. I was 21 before I really learned how to like properly take a shower. And when I say take a shower, I think that's what you should be doing. Not baths. Don't do that. But I apologies to all my girlfriends pre-21. Shout out to y'all. Y'all was true soldiers and troopers, because I don't know how I would have done it if I were in that position. So shout out to them. But yeah, that's the thing about me. I didn't know. I was in the military at 21 years old before learning this, how to do this thing properly. So it's no shame in not knowing, or no shame in how you do things. Like I've done the most shameful thing for 21 years. I learned late. So, but that's the story. So there we go. That's the Roderick story right there about showers. This won't go in the show. This is why this is pre-show. So if you heard this here, it won't be here after. So anyway, so washing legs. So now, let's ask the question now. Now that you know that about me, I didn't wash the holiest of unholies for 21 years. How I did that, I don't even know. How I survived. Am I even alive right now? Am I a ghost? Just one of those things. So knowing that about me, how many people out there are like, yeah, I wash my legs in the shower. No, I don't wash my legs in the shower. The water that runs down washes them. The legs are clean after that. I was stunned at the feedback that MKBHD got back on his show about this particular topic. It was mind-blowing. All right, so Aaron says not washing your legs is insane. Maybe. Dr. Ling says leg washer scrubber here. Still not a feet washer due to fall risk. Laugh out loud. It's people who put all kinds of stuff in their shower to make washing a lot easier than what it is. Washing, to me, I'm not gonna hold you. Taking a shower is a exercise. I'm sure I sweat when I'm in the shower from taking a shower. My arms going places like things I would never do out of the shower. I'm contorting in the shower. It's contortion going on. Dr. Link says also additional poll: how many men use a loofah or something and not just their hands? I use a towel, 2 towels to be exact. And you know what? I tried a loofah. I don't know what it is about my skin. My skin is set up such that a loofah just scrapes it off. I have to have towels, very soft, soft towels. I can't even have like a scrubby towel. Like the towels with a little bit of grit to them, I can't even do that. My skin comes right off with those towels. I don't know what it is. Like I feel raw as crap after I use one of those. So I got a really soft towel. All right. So yeah, if you guys feel like sharing, throw that out there. Okay. That I'm clean now. That's why I don't mind telling that story. Like I'm super clean now. Back there. But it hasn't always been the case. But doing a pre-show. So leg washing. Dungeons and Dragons coming to Netflix. I'm a Dungeons and Dragons fan. It's coming to Netflix, so I thought that was pretty cool. I'm gonna watch that. I think it's coming out the 26th of this month on Netflix. So if you guys are into that, if you guys missed it at the theater, which I heard is a pretty decent movie. I heard they're trying to make a new one, but they're trying to figure out how to do it for less money, which tells me that the first one probably didn't make the money they thought it would, but I hear it was pretty good. Mr. Media says, I use a towel and whatever that scrub thing is, the wife buys for me. That's typically how it goes, man. Whatever that scrub thing is, whatever that scrubber dub is. All right, so what else we got here? Jay getting rid of the Note Air 4C. I was flap. Listen, I'm usually unflappable. Usually I'm somebody who cannot be flapped. You can't flap me with a flapper. That's how unflappable I am. Usually. I was flapped when I saw that Jay in the Discord said that he was getting rid of his Node Air 4C. I'm like, wow, dude. I mean, I think it's total and utter trash right now. That's just my opinion. But I'm not the only one, apparently. I'm not the only one. So I was flapped. So I'm going to have to do a video now called Why is the Node Air 4C so trash? I might even just say garbage and throw the thing at the end of the E in garbage so it's French. You know how we get down. You know how we get down over here. So The Rock says leg washer maybe 2 times a week. More if I bike and it needs it. Honestly, shins aren't sweaty, so not too concerned. And poof. Voila for me. Oh, poof, loofah. Gotcha. Poof is greater than loofah? What is a poof? That sounds like magic. A poof sounds like a bit of magic to me. I don't know. I could be wrong. All right. That is the pre-show. Congratulations, you guys have made it through the pre-show. Oh boy, we have less people than what we started. That wasn't the point. We were supposed to have more people when the show started. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. All right, everyone. Let's go ahead and get this intro music started. Let's find it. Let's find an intro music. All right, and here we go. That music, I can't hear it, but I know it's bopping right now. Welcome back to another episode of Rants About Tech live for Monday, February 17th. February 17th we got here. It's a sunny day in Philadelphia, as you can see. Somewhat sunny. A little bit of shade and cloudiness right now. Right, as soon as I said sunny, the clouds came. This is ruining my always sunny in Philadelphia vibe that I try to hold up here. It's not helping. But yeah, sunny day in here in Philadelphia, partially. A partially sunny day in here in Philadelphia. I forgot that I turned off the touch on my pad. I turned off the touch on my device. I can't do the touch anymore. It's wrecking my vibe. All right, happy President's Day, everybody. Let's get to the holidays. Happy President's Day. I'm a big President's Day fan. I'm just a huge President's Day fan and what it stands for. So happy President's Day to everybody in the U.S. because it's just here in the U.S. for that. Random acts of kindness. It's National Random Act of Kindness Day. So if just, you feel like doing something nice today, go ahead and do it. Just do it. Don't even look for validation for it. Don't look for justification for it. Just random acts of kindness. Just go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and do it. We got National Public Science Day. I'm into science. We got at least one science story in the topics today. I think it should be there. We got at least one science story, so that's gonna be good. And National Crab Races Day. Now I was gonna look this up. National Crab Races Day. Like, what do crab race? Do they even go in a straight line even? So I waited on you guys to look at this. So we're gonna take a look at what this actually is because I have no clue. So let's go ahead and look at National Crab Racing. Oh, wow. Let's take a look at this. National Crab Racing Day. These guys are racing crabs. And I don't think they're going in a straight line either. Let's see. Contestants register and choose their crabs from a selection in an aquarium. The competitors sit at a table. The host release the crabs from the center of the table. Oh, so they're just racing out from the center of the table. Gotcha. Okay. The first crab to reach a designated line on the table wins the race. Okay. All right. Okay. That's probably the only way you can do a crab race. So big up to them. No doubt. I get that. How's it going, Lau? Good to see you in there. Let's go ahead and get the air horns going for Lau in the chat here. Oh, we got the air horns going in the pre-show, but that's a pre-show thing now. We're doing pre-shows here. All right, so let's see what else we got here. Let's go ahead and do the promos. I appreciate the people in the chat that are here today, the members in the chat, and you notice them by the badges, by their names. Just one way to support the channel. If you're watching, you're supporting the channel. If you like right now, you're supporting the channel. If you subscribe, you're supporting the channel. I appreciate every way you guys support the channel in any way you choose to do so. But just a couple suggestions, other ways that you can support other than the like and share and subscribe. We have the website, rantsaboutTech.com. Let's go ahead and get to that real quick. We got the website here that I'm currently in the midst of rebuilding. There's a rebuild going on with the website. Why? There we go. There's a rebuild going on with the website. But right now, this is a place where you can support the channel by buying a t-shirt. We have pins and nibs there as well, so go ahead and take a look at those if you're so inclined. What else we got here? We have, like I said, the memberships, which you can just go and be a member, and you get one of those badges like you see there in the chat there. You get membership polls as well for feedback, which is awesome for me and you, because then you get to dictate which way the channel goes. We have a Discord, like I was just talking about. We had a conversation in the Discord about something we were just talking about in the pre-show. Check out the Discord. If you are a member, you have access to that, and you can get in there and we talk tech, eInk, and just random stuff all the time. And you're just around a bunch of good people. They're just good people. We got a really good group of people in there, and I really appreciate that. What else we got here? That's it. And thank you. So however you choose to do that, thank you. I appreciate you guys, and continue showing the support. I love it. I'm going to get a sound effect for changing. I said that during a live. I want a sound effect for changing from one topic to another, or maybe a segment sound effect. Maybe put a transition into like OBS. Is that possible? Can I do that? I'm going to look into it. We'll do some research today. But yeah, we're going to make this into a show at some point. This is going to be a full-fledged show. Give me a couple months. This will be a full-fledged show. You won't even know it. You won't even know it's live. You'll be like, whoa, he produced this. He had to have produced it. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Let's go to the chat real quick before we jump into the stories. Lau is here. How's it going, Lau? The Rock, crabs are amazing. Did you know prior species evolved into what we call crabs at least 5 times? Nature favors that crab shape. Oh, I didn't know that. Prior species evolved into what we call crabs at least 5 times. Oh, so it's happened at least 5 times that nature has chosen that shape. Awesome. That definitely shows that they favor that shape for sure. I mean, it's the exoskeleton shape. Advantageous for a lot of reasons. We're super squishy because our skeleton is on the inside, but they're got the exoskeleton, so they, it's good stuff for them. I wish I had an exoskeleton. I'm lying. That's just a cool thing to say. I haven't been very active. Sorry, working too much. No, it's cool. Lau, you're active. We're all active here. We're not active like they are in the streets, though. We ain't that active, but we're active online. Thanks for being here, Lau. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the stories. The first one we got up here is Google Pixel Beasties, and this I thought was interesting because let's go ahead and look at this. This I thought was interesting because it's an app that's congregating other apps into it. And if you guys have been around the show, you know that I like apps that talk to other apps, share information, right? That's like the goal right now with AI and apps sharing information to where AI can have access to a pool of information that all the apps share. That's the goal. We're trying to push towards that soup situation that we had with the Apple Newton back in the day. 97 was a good year. That was a golden age of technology. I want to tell you, right? At least 97 was a golden, 97, 98 was a golden age, at least for Apple technology. That was like the Apple Gilded Age right there. They was doing whatever they wanted to do. They didn't even need oversight. No one was even trying to get approval for projects. They were just doing stuff. It was awesome. It's a good time to be an Apple fan. But anyway, this app right here is going to bring a bunch of messaging apps together. So you will be able to go into the Google Messaging app and see messages that you've gotten for this particular contact, if they sent it in WhatsApp, if they sent it through Facebook Messenger, if they sent it through Instagram, or whatever the case may be. It's not that robust right now. I think it's really just focusing on WhatsApp at the current moment. But let's go ahead and take a look at here. Google is developing a Pixel Besties feature to consolidate conversations with key contacts across different messaging platforms, aiming to simplify communication management. This feature, previously known as Besties or VIP, will allow users to create Besties lists, aggregating their interactions, messages, calls, updates with those contacts into a unified view. WhatsApp appears to be the first platform to integrate. Yeah, so this, like I said, does seem to be focused on WhatsApp currently. But you can see how this would be applicable to other apps, especially with Google's muscle. They can kind of persuade other developers to get on board with this Beasties system that they got going on, which I think is an awesome idea. Evidence for Pixel Besties has been found in the WhatsApp beta, so this isn't out yet or even talked about coming out. This is something that's been found in the code that people scrounge through whenever like beta software comes out, including a dedicated content provider API and references to a potential Pixel relationship app that may manage these consolidated conversations and offer a home screen widgets. All this is very interesting to me. The consolidating contacts communications in one app is awesome. This app, I guess it was previously called Besties or VIP, like they mentioned here. It might be inside a Google app called Relationship, like we just read, and highlights the WhatsApp app. So just something I thought was very cool that they're thinking about doing, more than thinking about doing, because this stuff is in the source code for the new Android beta. So this is definitely something that they're working on at the very least internally. And I think, like I said, anytime apps are sharing information, it's a win for consumers. Wouldn't it be nice to just have all communications be handled like email? You know what I mean? Like no matter what email client the person is sending you mail from is using, it all goes to your wherever you want it to go to, like your Gmail. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what client they're using, it's going to go to my Gmail. I get to look at all of that through Gmail. I would love that to be in messaging as well. All right, let's go into the chat real quick. When Convo turns to eInk, currently reading a scientific paper on NeoReady 2 column article mode, clutch. We'll definitely come back to that. We'll circle back. The Rock, I use it all the time. Okay, so we'll definitely circle back to that. All right, so let's move on to the next one we got here. So Lyft eyes robotaxi launch in 2026. I thought this was interesting just because it's so soon. Like, I wouldn't do this right now. Like, I wouldn't take a robotaxi anywhere right now. What about you guys? How you guys feel about it? Have you guys taken one? I know a couple people, a couple friends of mine have taken these. In California, some friends of mine live out there that they say these things are like the self-driving cars, as far as the robotaxis go, are everywhere. And they trust them. I do not. How do you guys feel? What's the vibes on this? So it's slated for 2026 release using Waymo technology, and they're going to be testing this in Austin, Texas, and Atlanta. We got someone in the membership who's from Austin, Texas. Maybe not Austin. I think Jay's in Texas right now, but I don't know if he's in Austin. He might be in Austin actually. We gotta see if Jay's seen any of these autonomous cars around. Tesla's also doing tests this summer, which I thought was super interesting. Like 2026 was like soon to me. Then when I read Tesla is also doing tests even sooner than 2026, like summer's right around the corner. It's interesting, very interesting. All right, what else we got here? We got Gemini. So what I wanted to like bring up here is the fact that I was using Gemini the other day to do a couple of things, and I was trying to use AI to. Really, I was just trying to test it because they had just come out with a feature that allows you to use AI to search through YouTube, Maps, and let's see what else they say here. YouTube, Maps, and Search. So I thought, okay, let's check this out and see if it can do anything that I can't do now. So I selected that one. So let's go ahead and select that one. And then I was thinking to myself, I'm going to have it search my channel and then have it pull up all the information I have or all the videos I have on the Go 10.3 just to see if it could do it. It couldn't. It didn't even know I had a channel. It couldn't find the channel. So let's do this right now. I'm just going to tell it to find the channel. Rants about tech. And show me all the Go 10.3 videos. So this is what I'm trying to. I said, find the channel Rants About Tech and show me all the Go 10.3 videos. So theoretically, it should be able to do this. Let's see. So it's telling me right now. It's showing me its chain of thought. It's telling me what it's doing. And so I can kind of follow along in its reasoning. Oh boy. Oh, it did it. It did it. Oh, no, it didn't. Okay, so this is it. I found a YouTube channel named Rants About Tech that seems to fit your request. I found a YouTube channel named Rants About Tech that might be what you are looking for. However, after searching on YouTube, I couldn't find any videos about Go 10.3 on the Rants About Tech channel. That's not true. I got tons of Go 10.3 content on the channel. But they did bring up My Deep Guide. It did bring up Goody Reader, Kit Betts Masters. Oh, Kit. What am I talking about? And Patrick Rambles. So maybe because they're bigger than me. That may be the thing. But let's go to 1.5 Pro. And I'm gonna, matter of fact, I wish I would have kept that. Yeah. Wow, I didn't keep the prompt. I wish I would have copied the prompt. I'm gonna do the same prompt. All right, so I basically made the same prompt. Find the Rants About Tech YouTube channel and show me the Go 10.3 videos. Okay, so now it ain't perfect, right? But at least it found my channel and showed me a video where I'm talking about the Go 10.3. Not good, but better, right? Than the new model. Which I was surprised by. The last time I tried this last night on the 2.0 model that we just looked at, it didn't even show me, it didn't even know that I had a channel. It was like, there is no Rants About Tech channel. I even spelled it many different ways. Rants About Technology, all kinds of stuff. It would not find my channel on YouTube at all, even though that's what it's supposed to be doing. I went to the old model and it's doing it. At least it's better at it. At least it recognizes I do have a channel, and it recognizes the fact that I do have videos on my channel about the Go 10.3. Last night, it was like, you don't have, there is no channel Rants About Technology, so we looked up GoPro 10.3. I'm like, what? There is no 10.3 for GoPro. What are we talking about here? Anyway, one more test here. And this is just about me saying, I'm going to stay with the old model for a while, because the new models, I don't even care about their chain of thought. It shows me what they're thinking. What they're thinking is all wrong. So who cares what they're thinking if it's all wrong? Here we go, another one. And this one I'll use. I forgot which one I used last night for this. Well, it's a search. So we'll use a 2.0 because this is basically a search. So this is another test I gave it. I wanted to find out about a particular game I was playing. And I needed to find skill books for a particular game I was playing. And I asked the AI to find me where I can buy, or where the vendors are to buy these skill books. This model that I'm about to show you right now, it was a bunch of fluff. It was saying stuff that wasn't even in the game. And it didn't even give me a vendor location or a location at all. It was just giving me facts about the game. It was, and the facts were wrong, all of them. Every fact that gave me about the game was totally wrong. So this is the new model. Okay. Where? I'm looking for controlled writing and swift writing. Okay. All right. So this is the chain of thought. It's reasoning. So this is what it gives me. Oh, okay. Why is it there? Something happened today. That must have been an update. This didn't happen to me yesterday or day before yesterday and last night. So something must have happened because this information here is actually correct. It was not this way last night. Definitely not. So something has changed. Something has definitely changed. But even still, all right, let's see what it gives me this information. It says control writing, you can find blah, blah, Swift writing, this, that, and the third. Okay, I'm going to put the same prompt into 1.5. And the thing is, this information here is correct. It wasn't correct last night. But let's see how it gives me the information in 1.5. Now, the way it gave me the information in 1.5 last night was so simple, and I loved it. Okay, no, this is different now. It's definitely something happened. So there must have been some kind of update done. I'll check can I check the logs? Oh no. I'll have to check the update logs later. But yeah, so it's definitely not acting the same way it was last night. So it looks better, which I'm happy about. It's working. Even though the 2.0 couldn't find my channel or give me Go 10.3 information on the channel, at least it's giving me good information with some things, I guess. But the 1.5 never fails. So they both gave me good information on both questions, but the 2.0 failed on the first question, which is supposed to be good at searching YouTube, better than the old model. It clearly is not. It clearly, definitely is not. Both it can still use work, but definitely not. As good as the old model for doing this kind of thing. So just something to put out there. Just something I thought was very interesting. I just assumed the new models will be leaps and bounds better. Like you can't see the chain of thought on the old models, but like I said, who cares if the chain of thought is wrong? So I don't even care at that point. Mr. Mike, how's it going? Good to see you. Let's get the air horns going for Mr. Mike in the chat here. Good to see you. This dude. I appreciate. Listen, like I'm just gonna let you guys know right now. Mr. Mike does this occasionally. He's a really cool member of the channel, and he gives memberships occasionally. So just so you guys know, just expect this behavior from him and other behaviors. We love him. We love him. All right. Anyway, let's get on. Let's go on to this here. But that was it. That was it all about that. So I guess summation, 1.5, still good. 1.5 Pro, still real good. Play with the other models, but yeah, 1.5, that's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with. All right, next story. FDA approves novel non-opioid treatment for moderate to severe acute pain. Now, I thought this was interesting because this is a new drug on the market. This is more science than it is. This is the science. See, this is what I was talking about. Let's go back. Where we at here? Let's go back. It's National Public Science Day today. So if this is a tech show, but we have to have some science in here because it's National Public Science Day. So go science. So anyway, and I thought this was interesting because it's a non-opioid drug, and it's the first pain reliever drug introduced, or new drug introduced in over 20 years, which I thought was just like, you just think about how the pharmaceutical company does things. They're introducing new drugs all the time. I'm befuddled. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm flapped again. I've been flapped twice today. Listen, I'm usually unflappable. I don't even know how this is happening. I've been flapped twice in one day. Straight flapped. Anyway, when I heard this, I was like, wow, 20 years since pharmaceutical company came out with another pain reliever drug? Huh, interesting. And it's non-opioid. So it turns out, I got notes here. We got notes. Let's talk about the notes here. Turns out, And you know what else interesting I found out about this? And I think we'll get to this. This drug is called Genevix, which this is it right here, right there. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and read this. All right, All right, here we go. The efficacy of Genevix was evaluated in 2 randomized, double-blind, placebo, and active controlled trials to acute surgical pain. One following, what is that? Abdominoplasty? There we go. Abdominoplasty, and the other following bunionectomy? Whoa. Is that the removal of a bunion? In addition to receiving the randomized treatment, all participants in the trials with adequate pain control were permitted to use ibuprofen as needed for rescue pain medication. Both trials demonstrated a statistically significant superior reduction in pain with Genevix compared to placebo. From a couple other articles I read and a podcast that I listened to on this topic, they were less... they thought the reduction in pain was very minimal compared to the placebo. This particular article makes it seem like it was truly significant difference in pain compared to the control placebo group, which I think was very interesting. You get conflicting information, but what's not conflicting is the fact that it did reduce pain. How much is up for debate, but it definitely is reducing the pain without opioids. This particular thing, I have notes on here, I think. So this particular drug works because it works in the salt pathways, not the nervous system like opioids and other drugs like Tylenol, which oddly enough, we've been using Tylenol for decades. We don't even know how Tylenol really works. I was flapped again. 3 times. We can't continue this trend of getting flapped, okay? We can't continue this flapping trend. But anyway, so it works slightly better. Like I said, I have a note here right here that says it works slightly better than placebos in tests. It binds to local pain receptors and stops pain signals from reaching the brain for treatment of acute pain after surgery is what it's being used for right now, like this article also says. So, like I said, conflicting reports on how good it is, but the fact that it's actually working is what I think is important here. It's a pain drug that's not opioid based. It doesn't affect the nervous system at all. It just stops pain receptors from sending signals to the brain, which I think is awesome. I worked in this field a little bit, so this is another reason why I was kind of interested in this. Is I did some work in this field with pain biosensors. But anyway, a lot of the same technology, a lot of the same markers that they use to evaluate pain, I was working on. And like I said, this is probably work was built on pain biosensor research. So very interesting stuff. Very cool non-opioid pain medicine on the market. Always good, especially with the opioid epidemic we got going on in America right now. Mr. Mia says it's working now because the AI knew you wanted to rant about it today. For real. Or it just got used to me inputting it so many times over the last couple of days, so it just got good at searching it or got good at knowing what I wanted maybe, which AI is learning. Even when you're using it, it's learning all the time. So that could be a thing too. But initially, off the bat, it did not know. It did not know. It probably doesn't work like them trying to push gabapentin. Am I saying that right? On everyone for acute pain. I haven't heard of that one yet. He's like, yeah, guaranteed to be bull. Well, like I said, conflicting information, but they do say that it at the very least slightly works. No, Tylenol is a part of the nervous system as well, or it affects the nervous system as well. But like I said, we still don't know how Tylenol works. That is amazing to me. That for as long as we've been using it, we still don't really know how Tylenol does its thing. All right. Next story we got here is going to be AI based. We're hitting on the AI again. South Korea removes DeepSeek from App Store over privacy concerns. South Korea has banned new downloads of China's DeepSeek artificial intelligence chatbot, according to the country's personal data protection watchdog. The government agency said the AI model will become available again to South Korean users when improvements and remedies are made to ensure it complies with the country's personal data protection laws. In the week after it made global headlines, DeepSeek became hugely popular in South Korea, leaping to the top of app stores with over 1 million weekly users. But its rise in popularity also attracted scrutiny from countries around the world, which have imposed restrictions on the app over privacy and national security concerns. So that's where this article is going with this. If you want more, check out, this is a BBC article. You can check that out there. Yeah, a lot of countries are banning this app in a few ways, right? The U.S. is even considering it. The notes I have down here is DeepSeek says it will comply with South Korean authorities on this particular issue they're having. So they're saying that they will comply and I guess get aligned with the improvements and remedies that they were expecting DeepSeek to make the app available in South Korea again. So they're going to do those things they say here. I doubt it. I doubt it. This follows other countries like Australia and Taiwan who have banned the app on government devices. And the U.S. is in talks to do exactly the same thing. Like, I've been saying this since DeepSeek came on the scene. And it's just that, be careful. Any app or most things we get coming out of China right now are made with like backdoors, made with these shortcuts for people to like get into systems. It's just a really weird time right now. It pains me to say that, like, because I've never been skeptical of other countries' commodities, if you will. But right now, like, I'm super skeptical of all of the internet of things that are coming out of China right now. That be the AI, where you got internet hubs or internet routers, modems, all of those things. Internet of things coming out of China to me scare me. So just if you're using these tools, be careful. Don't do anything personal with it. Yeah, but definitely check it out. Definitely test it. But just be careful. Just be careful. Wall Street Journal. Now, this is another DeepSeek story. DeepSeek offers bioweapon and self-harm information. So basically, this story is talking about people jailbreaking DeepSeek, which it upset. You know what? Let's just do it. It upsets me when people use words like jailbreak to like stand in for hacking. Like that really upsets me. Like, I hear people all the time. You see people on like Facebook. I don't use Facebook like that, but this is a Facebook thing. You'll see people on Facebook like, oh, I just hacked my girlfriend's account. Like, bro, just because she left her phone on the table on the Facebook app don't mean you hacked anything. Stop using the word hack for dumb stuff. Like, I've done hacking. I don't do hacking today, but like in my younger years, I've dabbled. And it's just, and I know people who still dabble. And it's like, it's disrespectful to those people to be like, oh, that's hacking. Really? You happened upon someone's device and you hacked it? Oh, okay. Gotcha. No doubt. I see where your head's at. And then this jailbreak thing. I'm just like, why is being able to prompt AI to tell you stuff that, and it's so weird to me to say that AI shouldn't tell you, because what does AI care what it tells you? It don't care. It's just giving you the information you're asking for. Unless it has like safeguards built in, and they all do to some extent. You know, DeepSeek has a lot of them for Chinese information. Safeguards everywhere. But my thing is like, you're not jailbreaking the AI because you got it to say something that you think it shouldn't say. Like, what? Like, how? How is that jailbreaking? The history of jailbreaking I don't know the history of jailbreaking, to be honest with you, but I came upon jailbreaking in 2007 when people were trying to get into like iPhones to make it do things that we knew it could do, but Apple just didn't want it to do. Like I had to jailbreak my iPhone. And when I say jailbreak, I didn't give it a bunch of questions until it cracked on me and gave me answers that it wasn't supposed to. That's not jailbreaking. That's you just being dumb. You just asked it a bunch of questions in random different ways. It's not jailbreaking. Like we had to jailbreak iPhones back in the day just to get to play video. Like the original iPhone, 2007, the first iPhone, I was in line, number 13. Binghamton, New York. Big up Binghamton. What's going on, you guys? The greenest city I've ever seen in my life. Other than Philly, of course. But anyway, you got the iPhone. It could only take pictures. But us nerds, we knew the stats. We knew the stats of the camera that was in the device. We knew that it could do video. Apple just didn't like the rolling shutter. They didn't like the wobbliness. They were like, so because they didn't want that in their videos, they were like, no, we're not going to allow it to do pictures or video. Just pictures. But hold. Your boy was jailbreaking. I was jailbreaking iPhones back in 2007, 2008. My iPhones were doing all kind of crazy stuff that it wasn't supposed to do. But I knew that it could. Jailbreaking. Why are we called prompting? I don't know. It's bothering me. It bothers me. I think we should stop that. I think we should stop. It's not jailbreaking. All right. Back to the story here. Let's get to the notes I have on this article. It also upsets me that people are upset that AI gives it answers that it's asking. Like, hey, AI, could you give me instructions to how to build a bomb? Like, and then people are upset that it gives it the instructions. Like, and then people are like, oh, it shouldn't do that. Well, how about you could just do that on the internet? If I wanted to type in that phrase right now into a search, I'm going to get answers. I don't need AI to do that. So I don't know, it upsets me that people are like, oh, AI shouldn't tell you that. Well, I don't know, Johnny with a normal phone that you gave him on his second birthday could search that. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, why are we upset that AI is giving us answers that we're asking for? Don't be mad at AI. That's like being mad at the player for the game. Don't be mad at the player. Be mad at the game. He's just playing the game within the rules of the game. AI is just playing within the rules of the game. Don't blame AI. Blame the user. They asked it the question. I don't know. That bothers me. So I'm on a usually high rant rate today. I picked aggravating stories. I shouldn't have. Maybe that's why I picked them, because they irked me. They seriously irked me. But yeah, let's go ahead and go to the chat real quick. I don't get that. I don't get why people are upset at AI for giving it answers. Like, and I don't understand why people are calling prompts jailbreaks. Oh, because I say a certain string of words in a certain way, I just jailbroke the AI. No, you just engineered a prompt, bro. You just engineered a prompt. That's all you did. You didn't jailbreak a thing. Stop it. Anyway, so that's what I'm upset about today. In a nutshell. Let's go to the chat. Mr. Media says it's working now. Oh, we got to that already. Mr. Mike says, yeah, guaranteed to be bullcrap. We got to that today. So only one we didn't get to was loud, like a hacker. I'm not a hacker. I've done hacking in my day. I've never identified as a hacker. For the people who are listening. All right. That's it. What else we got here? Now let's get to the eInk stories. I need a sound effect for this to switch this category. So I don't know what I have here. I got a meow sound effects. So all right, we're switching segments. Switch my pen settings on devices. So let's just get to the eInk. Before we do that though, there was a chat up top. There was someone brought up the All right, there we go. DeRock brought up the Neo Reader 2-column article mode. Clutch. It's so good. Yeah, see that's and all right. So let's read this whole comment here. So DeRock said earlier, for when Convo turns to eInk, currently reading a scientific paper on Neo Reader 2. Neo Reader 2-column article mode. Clutch. It's so good. So basically, what he's talking about is, can we? Do I have? Oh, I can. Let's pull up the Neo Reader here. So basically, what he's talking about is, whoa, calm down. Is my camera even? Oh, my camera's crooked. I don't know how that happened. All right, let's get this set up here though. All right, so is my tape? Oh, the table's crooked. There we go. It wasn't the camera. It was the table. Okay. All right. Let's go here. So The Rock is talking about a scientific paper. I forgot I turned the hand thing off. This palm rejection is killing me on this thing, so I had to turn the touch off. What we got here? He's reading a scientific paper. I'm not pulling up a scientific paper, but we'll pull up. Do I have? Oh yeah, we got manuals. I got a ZV1 manual. It's a camera manual. Let's pull up the camera manual. That's scientific. That's science. That's science. So what he's talking about is 2-column mode. I hate that I have to do everything with the pen, but this, like I said, palm rejection is the bane. I think we can do this with, where is it at? Navigation? Article mode? And we'll do 2 columns. Can we change the columns? Oh boy. There we go. 2 columns. Is that how we're looking at it? Oh, why? 2 columns, but I don't see 2 columns. So is that how you're using it? Let me know, DeRock. Because I thought you were using it. I thought you were talking about using it where it's 2 columns so you can see 2 pages on here. But this 2-column section on here looks like it's you get to see each page in 2 columns. So yeah, okay. So maybe it is. Pain rejection, palm rejection, another reason I moved away from Boox, says Dr. Ling. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's so bad. But the fact that you can turn that off right there with that setting, it helps me a lot. Because I'm telling you, just touching this thing does the funniest things. And sometimes I've lost whole pages of work accidentally because of palm input. I don't know what it was doing. I don't know how it did it, but something I did caused me to lose pages of work. And when you spent hours writing and researching stuff and you lose it, and it's like, okay, I don't even remember what I wrote, how I wrote it, where I found the information. Like, oh my goodness. So that sucks. Oh, I had it before as default. 2 columns with 1, 2 going down and 3, 4. Oh. Okay, gotcha. So I just I overcomplicated it then. Okay, so we'll go to the settings and we'll change it back to, I think this is how I had it. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. I might have did something wrong because I do not like that. So it breaks it up into these columns here, it looks like. I think that would be useful right there. It breaks the whole page up into 2 columns. I would rather it be like that though, I guess. Yeah. I would probably rather it be like that. But this is why I like the Boox platform for readers. People are like, the Supernote's good. It's got a good reader. Stop saying that. Like, I love the Supernote, but stop it. You don't get options like this on the Supernote. Like progress, you get some style options and contrast options, but no navigation options. Split view, like reflow, none of that. Comic mode, you don't get none of that. This is the bee's knees when it's a lot of options. Like if you got to be a menu crawler, you know what I mean? But it's worth it in my opinion. I think it's worth it wholeheartedly. I definitely think that's worth it. All right. Oh, new direction, backwards in shape on bottom. Oh, okay. So Durock says scientific papers sometimes have two columns. Oh, the operative word being, or the operative phrase being scientific papers. Article mode follows each column. Gotcha. So it just works perfectly for that kind of paper. Awesome. I haven't seen a scientific paper in a while. You know what I do? You know, you know one phrase I miss hearing from reading scientific papers though. The phrase "eat all," which is like "and friends" or "and collaborators" or whatever. I love that phrase. When I used, it's at the beginning of most scientific papers because they're talking about who made the discoveries and what they're publishing and stuff, and who helped them. So I used to always love reading scientific papers because of that phrase. I love that phrase. I don't see it anywhere else except scientific papers. All right, what do we got here? Oh, that's not it. That's not it. Oh, I was talking about changing my settings on the eInk. I think that's what I was talking about. Oh, this is the wrong thing. I don't want. So we'll go to that. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show this on two different devices because this is something I've just come to. We'll just create a new page. All right. So this is something that I've just really come up on because I love my Lamy pen, but the thing is about the pressure sensitivity on this, it's more sensitive to pressure than most other EMR Wacom styluses. Perfect for drawing. So when I go to do drawing, that's going to come in super handy. But when I'm writing notes, that sensitivity creates inconsistent line. So this is what I mean, or not inconsistent lines, but lighter lines, and you'll see. I'll show you. So when I use the regular pen or the regular, what is that? It's the ink pen. So when you use the regular ink pen for a Supernote, it's pressure sensitive. So it depends on how hard you're pressing down, how dark the line is going to be. So that's, oh well, maybe I should draw it a little lighter. When it disappears there, that's me accidentally hitting this button right here. All right, so that's my hello world right here. Written with that. Now, I guess we can't even see. Let's get closer. Let's get a little bit closer here. The pressure sensitivity isn't really that bad right here, I gotta say. And on the Supernote, it doesn't really bother me that much. It's when I go to the Boox platform that that things become apparent. Okay, maybe we should use the pen. All right, this is the pressure sensitive pen I'm using right now. I'm gonna make it a little bit darker. I am tripping. So no, we don't get that. We don't get that. So maybe I just need to make the lines more darker. Maybe that's what it is. But what I found is when I choose the pen that doesn't have the pressure sensitivity to it, I get a more consistent line. I mean, you can see here that this in the W, it's lighter on this side and gets darker on this side over here. And that's just because how I write. It senses all those little nuances in the pressure that I'm giving it. That's the great thing about this pen. That is definitely one. That is one of the great things about this pen is that it's so pressure sensitive that it senses all of those nuances in your writing. And those nuances, let's go back here. And those nuances, wow, I got to pick it. And those nuances show up in your writing because it is so sensitive. But those nuances don't show up with the harder metal pen or any of these Supernote pens. They just aren't as sensitive as the Lamy. So the nuances don't really show up. So you will see, like, I'll write with this. So well, that was the wrong one. All right, so we're using the same pen now and the same like line thickness. So you can see that the lines that are created with the harder metal are darker and more consistent. They don't sense all of the nuances in the pressure that you're giving it like the Lamy does. Like this line right here that was written with the Lamy. You can see the nuances in how hard I was writing and how light I was pressing down in not even just in the different letters, but within different strokes in the same letter, like the W right here. You get more consistent lines with the harder metal because it's not as sensitive, right? So that's the trade-off. And you usually have to make the lines a little darker to do that. But what I found was that just to make things consistent when I'm writing with the heart of metal and when I'm writing with the Lamy, I've gone to the non-pressure sensitive pen, which is this one right here. It's the pen that's not pressure sensitive, so no matter what pen I'm writing with, the lines, so no matter what pen I'm writing with, the lines stay consistent. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So that's hello. This is Hello World with the Lamy right here. And now I'm going to do the same Hello World with the harder metal. So as you can see, they have the same thickness. They look exactly the same. So, and that's kind of what I wanted. I wanted some continuity between the utensils that I'm using. I love the Lamy, you know what I mean? But I want it to be consistent with the other pens that I'm using. And the way that I found to do that was just simply to change to a pen that doesn't have pressure sensitivity. I love the way those pressure sensitive pens look on these digital devices, on the Go 10.3 here, and on the Supernote platforms as well. I love those calligraphy pens that they have. I love the way that they write. I love the way they feel. But the inconsistency between the way that they act when I'm using the Lamy and the harder metal pens, or any Supernote pen for that matter, the inconsistencies just weren't worth it. I'd much rather have consistency between the pens that I'm using. So if you do have the Lamy pen here, to me, it's the best. To me, it is literally the best, especially if you're going to do some drawing. Like that's when that super precise pressure sensitivity comes into play and pays dividends in that drawing. Not so much in the writing because you want your lines to be super consistent in writing. At least I do. So going to that different pen gives me super consistent lines, not just with the Lamy, but it makes the lines consistent between all of my pens that I'm using. So that's kind of what I wanted to bring up. The fact that I switched from using the calligraphy pens to using the pens that don't have pressure sensitivity. And that's the reason why. I go back and forth, but as a standard right now, yeah, I'm using the pens that don't have the pressure sensitivity. Let's go ahead and go to the chat real quick. Mr. Media says you can really tell the difference in the calendar app where the pressure with the pressure sensitivity. Yeah. I only use the memos in the calendar app for the Go 10.3, and I would use the calendar app more in the Supernote if you could write in the day view. Like that is a super big miss. They need to fix that. The Rock, Lamy is the best of both worlds. I use the ballpoint software pen for block text because it's consistent. Yep, definitely. The fountain pen for cursive because the varying line. See, I don't write in cursive, so that would be a super big bonus if you write in cursive. Absolutely, options are good. Yeah, I love the Lamy. Lamy to me is that Lamy, especially the build quality, man. The button, the ergonomics, dude, I love it. The weight. Even though it's metal, it's super light. I love it. It's durable. Super durable. Like, I need durable stuff. I'm hard on everything. So it's got to be durable for me, or it won't last a day or two. So, yeah. All right, let's go ahead on. What else we got here? Oh, boy. Now we got to get back. And I got to use the pen. Now we got to get back to our outline here. All right, next up, I think it was the Supernote update. All right, yeah, let's go to Supernote update. No, first I want to look at the blog. They did a blog on the Supernote update, so we'll take a look at that first and foremost. I've had this update for a while now. Just to let everybody know, I'm in the beta program, so I've probably been playing with this for close to a month. And it's good. I've had no issues with it. No, so let's look at the blog first, and then we'll talk about my my thing on this. So Supernote, February 2025, Manta and Nomad Chave, 3.21.31. This is for the A5X2 or the A5X devices and the A6X devices, and the A5X2 and the A6X2. No, they're getting a different one. Whoa, Xavier 2.19.31. That's interesting. Can anyone confirm that's different from what we get on the newer devices? Because I thought the operating system was the same between all four devices that they have. Wait, did they have a smaller one? Yeah, they must have. So yeah, I'm interested to know that. So the first thing we got here is refine your handwriting. Sketch perfectly straight lines with ease and smooth out your strokes. This is a big patch because I was seeing this all over social media, and you typically don't see eInk update patches being pushed on social media, but this was being pushed hard. So yeah, this is a big patch for them. They feel like it is anyway. Smart straight lines. Snap to note template for making creative templates and shapes. And they show this here. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. I thought this was interesting, especially when it comes to making templates, right? They do some questionable stuff with the line, though, that I didn't have to do, and I'm wondering why they're doing it. Like, they're stopping and then connecting. They stop right before the connection and then connect it. Interesting technique. But yeah, snap to note template is very, very cool. You can move the angles. Snap to endpoints. What else we got here? Smoother strokes. Now this is what the line thing, cool. Okay, you can make templates now. This is really cool to me though. Smoother strokes. The Supernote lines look super rough. I like that aesthetic. I'm not gonna hold you. I've liked that aesthetic for a little while. But when they went to the smoothing, I was like, oh, I like this too. So whatever they do with their ink, I like. It's aesthetically pleasing in both ways to me, but the smooth is really cool. Because what that does is it also makes the lines consistent between the Lamy and the other EMR pins. You know what I mean? I don't know if anyone's encountered that. The lines look different when you draw them with the different pins. But now, after the smoothing takes place, no matter what pin you draw it with, it looks the same. So I like consistency. I like that. Easier document navigation, expand and collapse multi-level tables of contents in PDFs and ebooks. Now that would be easy. That would be nice to have in the Notebook app. Subheaders. Maybe one day. More file formats. Now view BMP, bitmap images directly in files. And then this is previous updates right here. There are other things in this update. Now we've talked about this update a few times on the show. Because like I said, I had the beta and I've been talking about it. Not really making templates or anything like that, which is a very cool thing they're doing here. I can never make anything that creative. Like that would just look like a total mess to me if I were to try to do anything with that. And I'm not that creative to make something that organized and sectioned and then shading and all of that. It's cool though. It's cool. I love it. But yeah, my thing is this. This is what I care about right here. I didn't update the Nomad because I was scared to. Because this is my favorite feature of this update. It's not in the note. You'll never see this in the update notes. You won't find this in the change log. You know, as a matter of fact, let's look at the official patch notes. Oh boy, I did this before. Let's not do it again. I had to pull down a whole video because I did that. Okay, so let's look at the patch notes. Whoa, this is a little more extensive than what I saw in the beta. Whew, way more extensive than what I saw in the beta. We won't go through the fixes. We'll go through the added stuff and adjustments. So we got, let's get down here. Can we? Oh, we can. Oh, how far can we get down here? Oh boy. Oh, that's good. That's good. We're good money. Can we get close? No, this will be fine. All right, so first what we have here is Note and Document Calendar. Added a smart straight line feature. Supports adjust line length. Those are all things we just saw and talked about. Handwriting optimization, strokes processing. We just talked about that too, so we won't bother with that. Adjustments. Supports more. No, this is a document supports expanding and collapsing multi-level tables of content. Supports PDF, EPUB, CBZ, FB2, and XPS documents only. Note and document. Move the star mark recognition switch to the pin preferences menu. To access it, go to the toolbar. Blah, 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 blah. Files. Support opening and viewing bitmap images. We just talked about that. Settings. Restore the ability to calibrate stylus accuracy on Manta. They took that away. I forgot what happened with that. They released an update, and because they did that, they had to take that away, and now it's back. Optimize. Enhance security for system upgrade verification. Add support for the system file picker following access to files in the third-party apps. Improve handwriting experience in Word documents to minimize the probability of first stroke disappearing in handwriting mode, which is a thing. It hasn't happened to me in Notes in a long time. They may have fixed that in Notes. Calendar. Added the ability to allow automatic adjustments to start time and end time when creating and editing events. Optimize handwriting experience to reduce accidental page turn during writing. Okay, I like that. What else we got here? We got, when returning to the search results screen, the last search. Now, that's something that was in the beta that I liked. Whatever you search for will remain there. So if you pick the wrong file, you can kind of go back. And that list that you pulled up will still be there. And you can just pick another file. I like that. I mean, there's lots of good reasons to have that. That's just one use case. Added the auto refresh feature. Ed talked about this. So we'll check out Ed's video too. Added weak password checks for lock screen account and file passwords. All right, and so they fixed a lot of things. I won't go over these fixes because there's a lot of them. But check out those fixes if you're interested in that. So those are the new features that I just talked about, though. But like I said, they don't mention this feature right here that I'm going to show you right now. And I didn't update the Nomad because I didn't want them to take that feature away, because it's not on the Manta after the update. But I got the beta version still running on the Nomad, so I still have this feature available to me on the Nomad. So let's go ahead and check that out. All right, so this is one of those features that I absolutely love. This is a feature that just happened with the beta, and I'm scared to update from the beta because they might take it away because it's not on the Manta anymore. It may never have been on the Manta, but it's definitely not there now. So this is a feature that's not unique to the Lamy, but it's unique to pins with buttons. So if you have a pin with a button, you can, and the pin also has to be within the electromagnetic field of the tablet. So you can't be like mad far away from the tablet and double tap the button. You have to be close to the tablet in like writing distance, and then double tap the button, and that'll put the pen in an eraser mode. Now, what used to happen is this. So we'll do this over here. On the Manta, this is what happens. All right, so we got the Manta over here on the left. Now, what happens on the Manta is when I write, we're going to do hello. Whoops. Now, what I'm going to do is I want to delete the O off of hello. So I'm going to just double tap the button right here. And now it's an eraser. So I can just erase that thing right there. And then one tap gets me back to writing. Maybe a double tap gets me back to writing. That used to be one tap. They messed it up on the Manta. It works like it's supposed to on the Nomad, I'm telling you. But that's how it works. But that's not what I would like. I don't want an eraser. I would love a stroke erase though. And that's what they did on the Nomad. They fixed that particular feature to be a stroke erase rather than an eraser, and it works so much better. Because when you're trying to erase one letter, you know what I mean, off of something, you may get all of it, you may not. It may not be perfect. But when you do it this way, whoops. But when you do it this way and you double tap, it's a stroke erase. Anything you touch, oh, I took it out of the, once you take the pen out of the electromagnetic field, it loses that setting. So you got to stay close to the device if you want it to stay in that mode. So let's do that again. So anytime you want to get rid of a letter, it's that easy. I don't have to like scribble and make sure I'm getting it precisely right. It's a stroke erase, how it should be. I took it out. I love that. And I'm going to go back to that. And one button press takes me back to writing. Unlike how on the Manta, you got to press it twice again. Okay, so they did it right on the Nomad. It's currently how I want it on the Nomad. I may never update the Nomad ever again. I may never, ever update the Nomad again. That may be the final update it ever sees. All right, and that's it. All right, what else we got here? You know what? We still on that Nomad update. But that's not in the show. That's not in the patch notes or the change log. That's just not there. That was a feature that wasn't even talked about in the manual. So if you know, you know, and it works like it should on a Nomad, not on a Manta. Let's go back to the blog here, and I think we looked at the blog all they had for here. The next thing I want to take a look at is Ed came out, and this is on the same lines as this update because Ed made a really quick video, 4-minute video, talking about the. Put these on. Talking about the. Am I on? I am, and he's talking about that update, some features of the update. Really good video. Like, I like really good, short, concise videos like this. It's the holy grail of content creation. It's hard to do though. So when you do it, oh boy, you got something special. Before we let's go to the chat real quick so I don't miss anybody. The pen smoothing, this is coming from Dr. Ling. The pen smoothing anti-aliasing remedies my initial turn off from the Manta I had when I first got it. Yeah, you gotta like that aesthetic for it to win you over. But the smoothing, you're good to go. Oh, that's great. They worked on the anti-aliasing. It was a big turnoff for me. Yeah, they did. It's the anti-aliasing is so good right now. It's so good. I, I think I showed you guys. Oh yeah, we did show it. But it's so good right now. It makes it look really good too. Um, Greg, aka Gregory, says I feel like the wait time is too long. Plus, it's jarring that it disappears for a second as it snaps. Yeah, yeah, that's yeah. That's a valid critique right there for sure. I thought the same thing. I thought it was very weird. Like I said, you had to stop before you connect, and then whatever. Wait time too long for the straight line. But they got it though. It's a feature that they got. You know what I mean? I'm happy to see them working on it, but the good thing about that too is they can always make it better, right? All right, take a look at what and this is like I said.
Buddy, it's Ed. Welcome back to the channel.
All right, this is Ed's video on some of the features on the Supernote, and Ed is a Supernote guru. So if you guys aren't subbed to Ed, definitely go check his channel out. Give him a sub, if you like his content, which, like I said, he's got really good content over there on the Supernote specific content. He does other stuff too, but as far as eInk goes, it's typically, basically Supernote, and he goes deep into a lot of Supernote specific topics that a lot of other eInk reviewers, including myself, don't even touch on. So, yeah, definitely go check him out if you haven't already. I think my crowd, basically, we're Ed fans over here, so.
Channel. This is just another quick hit. I want to show you something that I've shown it a little bit before when I talked about this latest release and the beta release of the Supernote platform. The straight line feature is extremely popular. I threw a poll out on my YouTube channel, so just a community poll out, and said, what are you most excited about in this update? And I put on there auto refresh, straight line feature.
Whoa, was that a subliminal message there, Ed? What was that?
About it in
Did you guys see that?
And I put on.
Whoa! Did you guys see that? What was that? I do things like that in my videos. Just throw subliminals out there if you catch them. Did Ed just do that?
In this update, and I put.
Oh, maybe that was a mistake. Never mind.
On there, auto refresh.
I thought Ed was throwing subliminals feature, out there.
Stroke smoothing, the third-party file picker, which I thought all of those, quite frankly, would beat the straight line feature. But I've had 37 votes, and 76% say the straight line feature is their number one. That's something.
Well, there you go, Greg. People like the laggy straight line. People can't get enough of that laggy straight line. I like it. I like that. I like my lines laggy. They're good to go. I wouldn't want them any other way.
Thing I was expecting. Now, there are some that are criticizing it, saying, well, why can't we get shapes? Why can't we get a fill tool? I don't know. But I think this is a very good first step. And I think this is also, again, when you're talking about notes and wanting to draw a line in a notebook, it's something you would normally do.
That's true. That's a good point. And that's why I like this. I mean, the template thing is what's going to be big for me. I didn't think about that when they released it until I saw the blog. Then I was like, that's actually a good. That's good.
And you wouldn't have a snap tool there, but this gives you that ability. So again, the snap tool is pretty simple. You just draw your line, you hold, and there it is. Now,
that's not too bad, Greg.
If you want to draw that line, hold, and then move it, you can move it.
Oh, that's why it disappears, Greg. Because it's like it's letting you know that you can move it.
And once you get within 3 degrees, you'll see that just snapped vertical. What's even nicer is that you.
Oh, if you get within 3 degrees of vertical, it'll just snap into place to create perfectly horizontal and vertical lines.
And now, if I want to take from here, and that maybe I didn't read it, that was my fault, user error there. You have to draw a fairly straight line.
Wait, I can't draw straight lines. That's why I want this to do it for me. Ed, what's going on?
Now that's going to snap, and it actually snaps directly to the line I connected it to. And I could do that here. So you can even make some shapes that are somewhat offline. But this is really cool as I've been doing the Learn to Draw course. Now I can be really, intentional about making a cube, for example. I can come down here and then I can connect that
Yeah,
cube.
I'm digging that.
So much. I
I'm
was a
digging
little
that.
bit too far away. But you see how it snaps to that line. And for me, that's a really interesting feature, especially if you're using the dotted paper and you want to make sure you're being as specific.
Oh, so that's cool. That's something I didn't get from the notes. So this is why I like watching Ed. So this will snap. The lines will snap to the actual elements on the page. Where did I see that at? I was working with a program last night. I was doing so much last night. It was a late night for me. I was working with a program last night, and it was talking about snap to element and snap to lines. I can't remember what program that was, but I couldn't figure out what they meant by snap to elements. That's what it meant. The page element, the lines, dots on the screen, it'll snap to. So now when I go back to that program, I'll at least. Ed just taught me something just now.
As possible, it gives you a lot of functionality to be able to do that. Now, one drawback to this is, especially when drawing.
Yeah, Dr. Ling, I didn't see your message that said what I just said, but you're absolutely right. Yeah, it's awesome that it can snap into template lines. That's clutch, man. That's super clutch. Yeah, template snapping is great, Greg. Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's the big thing here for me. I don't really. The rest of the stuff I could take it or leave it. That template line snapping, and like I said, seeing this now, I can go. Oh, it was a 3D modeling program. I was working in Blender last night, and it was saying snap to elements or snap to your, because I had a grid in there. I'm learning.
And this is something that I've kind of noticed.
Now I can go back to Blender and have elements snap to my grid and be perfectly aligned with each other. Marvelous.
When I've been doing.
I had no idea what that meant. I had no idea what that meant. Greg, aka Gregory, listen, Greg, don't play like that. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is cool. It's not a Boox killer, though.
Some of the Learn to Draw in 60 Days modules is that the stroke eraser does not work the way you would think it would work. So you'll see I overshot that. And let's say I just wanted to get rid of this portion here. If I go to my stroke erase, which for any line that's irregular would just take off a little bit of it, it would just do that. But here, it takes the entire line. They've made that a thing now, so no matter what you do, you're going to get it taking out the whole line.
Wait. I thought that's how it always worked.
And I'm not sure that I would like that. So see here, I should be able to. But yeah, it's taking out the entire line, and that is not something that I want to have happen if I'm trying to detail or take something out.
Right. Which is why I liked the Nomad maintaining the line of the stroke erase with the button double tap. You don't have to do that. He said stroke. Oh, Mr. Mike. Oh, I just Aaron, your Discord message just hit me asking what time the live is today. You see, I don't know what's going on with my notifications, but it's crazy. I gotta set my Discord notifications up to be a little bit more reliable.
Now you can, on Atelier, you can obviously use that stroke eraser and just take out the small details. But I've been doing a lot of perspective drawing and the perspective grid, and you have to do that in a note because of the template. Anyway, this was just a quick hit. I just wanted to pop in, show you this functionality again, show you that what I consider to be a bug, which is that it erases the whole line. It doesn't give you that level of control. But again, if you're drawing lines just to create your own template.
Yeah, it's more of a template thing. You know what I mean? It's not more of the drawing thing. I think that the stroke erase in the Atelier, the drawing app works better. Why? Just come on, dude. Fix it system wide. Let's just do that. But yeah, I thought that was super interesting. Thanks, Ed, for that video. Thanks for teaching me something with the element snapping. Now I know what it means. I literally did not know what that meant. Duroc says it should be an option between stroke and area erase, like on Boox. Maybe it's stroke erase for notebooks and area erase for Atelier. Yeah. The area erase is what I wish Boox would do when you did the scribble. So this is what Onyx needs. I would love Onyx to adopt that. Like when I go to erase this and I go to scribble erase it. Oops. Let's just not do that. When I go to scribble erase, oh, it worked that time. How did I get every period and dot and that every line crossing the T? That never works like that. Ever. Typically when I do that, all of the periods and dots are left behind and other artifacting is left behind. But if when you did that, it did the area erase and erased everything in the area. Jeffrey Moss has been talking about this for a long time. He's been saying this the very same thing. And I got this terminology from him. I knew what I wanted to say, but I didn't know how to say it. But area erase is a term I got from Jeffrey Moss in describing what happens here and what he wishes would happen. He wishes it would be an area erase once you do a scribble. Anything in that area will just be gone, right? Which is how it's happening right now, but it's not an area erase. It's really a stroke erase. And if your strokes don't cover everything that you're trying to erase, it won't erase it. So if I had missed that dot in the I, it just wouldn't have erased that dot. It would have not associated it as being with the things that I wanted to erase. Yeah, I learned a lot of things here today. Learned a lot of things here today. That's what's up. That's what this is all about, actually, in my opinion. All right, what do we got here? Next thing we got is the Scribe update. We got a Scribe update, and I like this update for the Scribe for two reasons. One of the reasons is it's AI stuff, which anytime you can get AI working on something is cool. I'm not sure how well it works. I have no idea. But from right here, we got an article from TechRadar. Your Kindle Scribe can just became a better note-taking e-reader with promised AI features rolling out widely now. So these are AI features that were promised at launch, and they're making good on those promises now. Amazon is with the Scribe. Right here, the summarization, we got AI features on the 2024 Kindle Scribe were only available to U.S. customers at launch. A latest firmware with AI features is now scrolling out to users in the UK, Canada, and Australia. These features are now also available in the 2022 Kindle Scribe. So Aaron, I think that's the one you got, right, bro? So these features should be coming to your Kindle as well. I'd be interested to know what you think about those features. Essentially, what we have here is the AI features. I think these AI features are just making things into articles, just like what the AI paper does. Let's take a look here. Yeah, there we go. Once installed, you should be able to see star-like icons on your notebooks. Tapping this will give you two options: to summarize a note or to refine, which right here. Oops. Dang, you guys, I didn't even have this on. My bad. All right, so this, like I said, this article comes from TechRadar, and it's just talking about the update to the Kindle Scribe. And I got the portion right here where they're talking about what the summarization does. So once installed, you should be able to see a star-like icon in your notebooks. Tapping this will give you two options: to summarize a note or to refine the writing. And that's kind of what we see right here, which is cool. Summarize, refine writing. Now, I'd be interested to know what it gives you. A line of text letting you know, or maybe it converts what you wrote, then gives you text like based on that, or maybe it converts it, then takes that bit of converted text and does its thing on that. I'd be interested to know how that works, for sure. This firmware also includes a new feature called Side Panel, which is the interesting thing to me. As the name suggests, this adds a side panel where you can write notes when you're reading an ebook. This feature is new even for US users and is also available for both the Scribe models. They didn't show that happening here, but a very cool feature that I expect just kind of comes out kind of like this is what I imagine. I imagine it's something that comes out like the notes side panel or the books panel here, where you can hit that and you got a side panel that comes out. And instead of having like your outline, I think this is pages view, your outline and tags, you just get a notebook. And that's the thing. And that's what I like about this, where you can take a notebook. Oh man, tour leave. Oh, what's going on, tour? I recently just sent a package to Norway. So thank you. Thank you, Tor. And that's my guy right there, Tor. So thanks for becoming a member, Tor. I appreciate you. I thought Tor was a member. It's people buying stuff that's not even a member. I appreciate that. Surprises me. I'm flapped again and honored and flattered. Flapped and flattered. Thanks, Tor. Appreciate you. But yeah, so I imagine it's like this side panel right here, but instead of having all of these things, it's just a piece of blank paper that you can just write some notes on, which I think is awesome. You don't have to have a split screens for that. You know, it's especially if that note follows you per page. You know what I mean? Like every page, it's different, or maybe it's a running note. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Mr. Mike, oh my God, a new member. A new member that, well, see, it's been a member day to day. So Mr. Mike did his thing that he normally does, gifting memberships. And then we got Tor, who's a genuine member who decided himself to say, oh, I like this guy. He's cool. I'll become a member. Thank you for the support, Tor. Thank you. And thank you, Mr. Mike, for all you do. You're appreciated. You're loved here. You're loved here. But yeah, I think that's what it is here. And like I said, I would not mind seeing that setup and how they have this side panel set up for the new Scribe. That would be pretty awesome. That'd be pretty awesome. All right, what else we got here? We already got through the Scribe stuff. The eInk console. Now, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this for a minute. The other people are genuine members too, Mr. Mike. Don't call me out on my misuse of words. You're not supposed to make me look bad, Mr. Mike. You're supposed to make me look good. Where's Jay when you need him? Oh my God. I need your help, Jay. No, thank you for everyone who's a member. All jokes aside, thank you for everyone who's a member. And even the gifted members. You're members now, even if you didn't want to be. And we appreciate you. We appreciate you. Even if you were like, I don't even want this membership. You got it. You got it, and we appreciate you. It would be cool if they used their credit cards to automatically renew, though. It would be. If you're getting some, listen, to those new members who Mike gifted to give the membership to, stick around. We do fun stuff here. Check out the Discord. If you're wondering what a Discord is for those 5 people, the Discord link is in the member post. Just search Discord and you'll see the Discord link in there. It's for all the members. The invite is good. I made sure of it. Yeah. Oh, I'm all right. Oh. I'm glad my computer didn't notice I put a thumbs up. It would have done some dumb, crazy stuff if that camera had seen that. Are you trying to get me in trouble, Mr. Mike? With my own camera? All right, what is it we got here? Oh, the last thing we got. Is this the last thing? It is the last thing. All right, let's check out the last thing on the list we got here. This last thing is super interesting. Super duper interesting. I think this is so cool. Let's look at it. This is an eInk console. Now, let's talk a bit before we jump into this. Who here is old enough to know what MUDs are? Yeah? Huh? Mud? Yeah? You playing some mud? I used to dabble in the mud a little bit. The PC mud. Hold on. You don't know what the PC mud is? Let's take a look. I mean, it says multi-user dungeon right here, but this is multi-user like domain. And it's a bunch of people in one domain hanging out together. MUDs were games that that was only text. You would get on your PC, you join this domain, and there'd be someone hosting. Sometimes, like Dungeons and Dragons. But sometimes it would just be a game, a MUD game. No one's hosting. And it's just pre-programmed prompts. They'd be like, okay, you've entered a dungeon. It's dark in here. You've got nothing but a sword and a bag of beans. What's your next move? And then you get to type in, move 2 steps forward. And then it says, then you get a response. What happened when you did that? That was gaming that was PC gaming back in the day before we had GUIs. Oh, you kids are spoiled. The kids out there are spoiled. They got graphical user interfaces now. We didn't have graphics back then. We had mounds of text. We had to wade through. It was good times. So simpler times back then. We had fun with those games. But those were MUDs. This reminds me of that. This is a lot like that to me. So this is like me going back to the text-based video games. Although you do get some graphics on the screen. You get something. What do we got over here? You get stuff, but it's largely text. And it's an eInk device where you can play text games on. It's like mobile MUD. If you like PC MUD, you're going to like mobile MUD even more. I love this. Mr. Mike says I used to play them in the TRS-80. Whoa. Slow down. People ain't ready for that TRS-80. People ain't ready for that TRS-80. Radio Shack was the spot, my dude. I used to just go hang out in Radio Shack. Just hang out. Just to be around technology stuff. This is before Best Buy. You know what I mean? Before Amazon. There is no more Radio Shack. It's dead. But yeah, I love this. An eInk console that's basically text-based games that you can buy. I love this. I want one. I'm going to get one. I don't know what I'm going to do to get one. I'm going to have to sell a leg or something. But yeah, I won't need that leg until summer. I could probably get another one by then, maybe. Great stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to put that up there. Anybody interested in that? Any kind of like black and white, grayscale, text-based gaming? Okay, eInk. There we go. Thank goodness. Whew. eInk saved us, Mike. She saved us. It would have just been me and you. Dr. Ling says, sounds like a racial slur. All right. Yeah, that was it, you guys. That was it. That was a good show. I like that show. Let's get the intro, outro music. That was a good show. I appreciate everybody for being here. It was a good time. Listen, I said some embarrassing things at the beginning of the show. That's not going to be there. I'm cutting this out. I'm cutting that out. I'm starting the video from where I turned the intro music on. That's how. If you were here for it, you were here for it. If you weren't here for it, I'm less embarrassed now, I guess. Yeah. Thanks for everyone who's been here. We got another show coming on Wednesday. Like I said, I'm going to try to do these things Monday, Wednesday, and Friday now, and a Saturday wrap up. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 a.m. The Saturday wrap up, 7 p.m. Eastern time, all times. So yeah, join me if you can. This is a work in progress. Live was not going to be my thing at all. I was not supposed to be doing lives, but we're here doing them. We're here doing them. I'm having fun doing them. It's fun. It's a good time. So I hope you guys are enjoying it too, and I hope to see you guys Wednesday as well. All right, you guys. Thank you for joining me. Have a great day, and until Wednesday, take care.